My buddy Cooper just graduated from CU Boulder, so I decided to fly down and road trip back up to Washington with him. But we knew we needed to do something more than just a road trip. I mean, he graduated college for God's sakes. It's honestly a miracle.
Do you think you actually use vacuums to vacuum seal bags?
We decided that there'd be no better way to wrap up a crazy 4 years than escaping civilization for a few days in an epic place with an epic crew. This is the ranch trip. The trip started off with Cooper picking me up from the airport, grabbing lunch, and helping him pack. Then, shit got real. Cooper's housemate Tommy thought it was time to meet his maker, so we headed on down to the sink to watch him attempt the infamous wing challenge. He had no idea what he was getting himself into and somehow managed to convince his friend Justin to try it as well. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Bro, it says death. It literally says death, man. Injuries, death, or damage. What the fuck?
I mean, these aren't your average wings. These bad boys are 10,000 times hotter than a jalapeno pepper. That's 16 million Scoville for all my Hot Ones fans out there. And for the record, Justin considers sriracha nearly unbearable. So I really have no clue what he's doing with a plate of these wings in front of him.
I'll get you more water. I've never thought I'd be in over my head with somebody telling me, you can't make me laugh when I eat this. No desire to do this. No, this is a bad idea. 2, 1, go. Just hang out. Go downstairs. That's not happening. That's not.
Oh my God, Kelly!
Come on, man. Sit down, baby. Come on. Come on.
Sit down, dude.
Come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. You got it.
Got it. Sorry.
What's your little? What's the time? What's the time? What's the time?
Come on, baby. Be number 6.
Dude, don't stop talking. Come on. I'm 5. I'm
2. While Justin was out for the count in about 2 seconds, Tommy managed to power through the pain and finish all 10 wings in under 10 minutes.
What did I just witness?
This is not okay.
No,
it should be illegal.
I'm like seriously like I feel like I'm high. No, it's like a weird euphoria. It's really weird.
It was all worth it in the end though, because he was rewarded with a free milkshake and a $10 gift card.
Oh my gosh, that's like wow. Wow.
We got back to the house and I shaved a notch in my eyebrow because it's tradition to do so in Boulder. Well, it's tradition to us at least.
Out notch.
There's some planning.
It's not bad, right?
What do we got? What do we got?
A little bit. Can you see it?
Kind of.
Yeah. It's actually a decent one.
Yeah, you got it going.
I'll take it.
Look at
That's all
that.
it's about.
I'll take what I can get, baby. Who does this belong to?
Nick's pubes.
We ended the night by popping champagne and enjoying the generosity one last time.
So twist it and then shake it after you twist it.
I know, but it doesn't really open.
And then.
We woke up bright and early to pack the car and say our last goodbyes.
You can't tell, I definitely have not cried tonight. I have not cried, okay? I've definitely gone to bed tonight. I got a good night's sleep. Pretty much sunset too.
Sunset.
You know you did something right when goodbyes are this hard. But like they say, it's just a see you later. And just like that, we were on the road. Well, after a quick stop for gas, energy drinks, and H2O. The 2-car caravan was in full force, ready for the 12-hour drive ahead.
Keep your lights down. Keep your voice down.
The first stop was crucial. We needed proper attire for the time out at the ranch. Cooper snagged a beaut of a hat, but I ended up finding a nicer one for half the price at a gas station just down the road. Sucks to suck.
Where are the horses?
A few short hours later, we found ourselves in
Pocatello, Idaho. We need to get tons of fuel and go there!
We made a few more stops, snapped a couple photos, and continued the journey.
And I know you're real mad at me. You're on your way to some kind of life. Daniel, John, and Debbie promised me to treat your mother nice.
Eventually, it was time to grab some groceries for the week. Tasking 3 dudes with grocery shopping for a whole group of people for a week is basically like walking into a casino and putting it all on black. But I think we did all right.
For dinner? What else goes in dinner? Alright, if you're a blue cherry, if you're a blue cheeseburger to be
Davis grabbed the Land Rover, which increased our caravan size to 3. Epic. Next stop, the ranch.
And I know you'll miss me, I'm barely 50 and coming with me for all the debts I owe. Don't have to kiss me, just bear with me, and I'll be back someday, I hope. And I know you'll miss me, I'm barely 50 and coming with me for all the debts I owe. Kiss me, just bear with me, and I'll be back someday, I hope. Oh, I hope. Oh, I hope.
We pulled up to a massive snowdrift blocking the driveway. Cooper handled the situation by shotgunning a tall boy.
Oh, wait, stop. First sacrifice of the...
We made it up to the house where Cooper promptly whipped me up a whiskey grapefruit, which I had never tried before. I would describe it as...
sour,
Yeah.
but drinkable. Which bourbon usually is, for me, not
That
a drinkable
substance. This will intro you into the world of drinking bourbon straight.
Yeah. It's the gateway.
Yeah, it's the gateway.
We ended the night with some chicken tenders and a couple of games of pool.
Shameless product placement. Never forget the Cholula.
Sipping whiskey by the river, living out of sight.
No. Dude, what the fuck? You never
100 miles an hour.
I'm drunk.
100 miles an hour.
Wow, dude, what is up with...
so good right now? Keeps out.
See the curve in
Was that not the best shot you've ever seen in your
I
life?
kind of blew...
Cheers. Cheers to a good news, boys.
You see my friend.
Ah, the first morning waking up at the ranch. Espresso in bed. The boys really outdid themselves this time. Not to mention it was one of the comfiest beds I had ever slept in.
Guys, I'm sunshine.
Good morning, sweetie.
Oh, wow. What a way to wake up.
Shortly after waking up, I was startled by gunshots. Turns out Cooper and Davis spotted some ground squirrels wreaking havoc in the front yard.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, how'd you manage to this?
My turn.
Davis got the first kill of the trip and explained why an instant kill isn't always the best scenario.
I like hitting them just enough so they can make it back to their hole and bury themselves.
We started cooking up some breakfast and enjoyed one of the most beautiful views I've ever laid eyes on.
Now, old man River, what you doing now? Oh, you know it ain't gonna.
Our patience quickly ran out, however, and it was time to grab the toys.
What time it is?
What time is it?
Gasoline time.
The first project on our hands was using the tractor to clear out the snowdrift that was blocking the driveway, but we ran into a bit of an issue.
First problem at the ranch.
We eventually got the tractor running, but quickly realized that it wasn't the right machine for the job. But we worked out a deal with the neighbor where he'd clear the snow if we helped build a fence. Everyone was happy. Shortly after, it was time to go meet up with the rest of the crew.
Alright, so we're just booking into town. We got a couple boys coming in from California right now. And skies are a little bit gray, but you know, things are gonna get blue and boys get in town.
That means they're getting sad.
Well, fuck!
It was great to see Brett again and meet the rest of the gang. I asked him how the drive was, and he described it as
18 hours of pure bliss
Nice.
and AirPods. Got me through it. It went by fast, honestly. It wasn't too bad.
I doubt that was actually the case, but hey, whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy. We got some elk burgers and enjoyed each other's company. Needless to say, the first dinner as a squad was a great one.
You know it ain't gonna happen. Old man River got his hands in the mud.
Got back to the house and ended the night with some pool. You'll probably notice a pattern here.
Shoot, we're supposed to get our own balls in. I thought we like golf.
At least Cooper and Brett spiced things up with the wrestling match. Unfortunately, Brett had to tap out because he was on the verge of puking. College does some wild stuff to you, man.
I'm about to throw up.
I'm about to throw up.
I'm literally gonna throw up. I like puke in my mouth when I try to teach
Altitude boy.
Everybody's gone.
Back left.
That was so nice.
Today we woke up to a gnarly fog layer moving up the valley. A pretty rad sight from a bird's eye view.
I'm going to the country. Get a little lonely in my mind. Feeling kinda funky. Need to find peace among the pines. No, I'm not a junkie, but I get high from time to time. No, I'm not a junkie, but I get high and bide my time. Oh, I get high and bide my time. Going to the country. Pull my head down off the shelf. Need a little something that I can hold on to myself. Hear a little thunder. I guess it's time we bid farewell. Hear a little thunder. Chase it like a dog, I think I will. Chase it like a dog, I think I will.
Oh shoot, dude, we forgot to see
And it's clear that you can't see.
Never forget.
And it's clear that you can't see. You run sometimes.
We got back to the house and enjoyed a nice dinner consisting mostly of meat.
Loan the guys on dishes though.
I'm just gonna put this right here.
Heck yeah.
The next morning, Cooper, Davis, and I went to clear a ditch that runs water to the property. We brought 2 key components: chainsaws and manpower.
Chainsaws and men.
These days ain't so easy, mama. Gotta watch your back. Take my whiskey straight.
We tightened the chains, geared up, and started the job.
My best in the day out. And I'm no John Henry, mama. I do my best. With his guitar strapped to my back, child. And I'm headed west. Go to sleep when the sun comes up now. This deadbeat town. I come alive in the moonlight, mama, when that sun goes down. When that sun goes down. And I'm no John Henry, mama. I do my best. With his guitar strapped to my back, child. I'm headed west. Headed west.
Walk away from my grave. These boots still on. There's a soul needs saved. Gonna grab my gun. Gonna grab my gun. And I'm no John Henry.
Sure brought some gloves.
Do my best. This guitar strapped to my back, child. I'm headed west.
And I'm no John Henry, mama. I do my best. I'm headed west. 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 I'm headed west.
After we finished sawing to our heart's content, we took the vehicles as far as we could down the valley.
Asking for forgiveness, so forgive me for my faults. And I hope you never get this, but I sent it to your door. And I've crossed that Mississippi at least 3 times before. No, no, without your love, I can't go back there. Still don't know without
And then Cooper pitched me the idea.
All right, so we're at the end of the road going up to the White Cloud Range right now. We got Abbey debris from this winter, which knocked out the road. We can't really go any further. But about 20 yards up, we see this zone right here. You can actually hike the ridge through dirt and get just about up to where the cornice is. And there's actually a pretty decent line to ride through there, around and out, and you know, as far down as you want to get without rocks. So tomorrow morning, pitching to you, Brae, that we wake up at the butt crack of dawn. We catch sunrise coming, I think it's that way, and hike over, strike mission on that peak right there.
We got back to the house and decided to go for it that night, but as we started getting ready, a gnarly weather system started moving up the valley. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to pull it off, but the weather can change so quickly we thought we should just head back out there and hope for a window.
knock, knock, knock at the door, but mist is not old. Out in the desert, my lady left years ago.
Geared up, loaded the ATVs, and headed off.
She took all my money and spent it on flesh and bone. Walked on down to the store for a fresh pipe of smoke. I hear them laughing, snickering, telling their jokes. going to San Francisco. I'm going to San Francisco today.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're
Going to
at.
San
Yeah,
Francisco.
during the beginning of the second,
Going to San
and almost full snow.
Francisco.
Drop in 5. All right, radio's away. Dropping.
There's a man on the ground, says he's selling hope. I tried to dig on down, and all I found was a hole. It feels like this when you can't get where you gotta go. Well, I'm spinning those wheels, son, you ain't know where your back is I'm going to San Francisco. I'm going to San Francisco today. I'm going to San Francisco. I'm going to San Francisco to stay. That's all I know.
When we got back to the house to thaw out our limbs, we got word that the rest of the boys were cruising some pizza in Stanley, so Cooper and I decided to head into town and meet them.
Stanley, baby. See ya. Get ready. We're going.
All right. Oh, yes.
Nothing about that. Oh! They made it! Perfect. There we go. Yeah. Perfect.
The locals here are an absolute riot. I also learned that Davis can't spell.
I-D-A-H-O, motherfucker.
Where?
I-D-A-H-O, motherfucker.
I don't know what that means.
I know, brother. Oh, can you count?
Alright, we're rocking and rolling, man.
Everyone was completely sober when we got back, and the rest of the night just consisted of sipping tea by the warm fire and reading a series of conceptual thrillers to expand our minds and vocabularies.
I don't wanna talk it out. Show me what it's all about. Come here, maybe we can just pass the time. I ain't got this close before, but you bet I'll sanctify. I ain't got this close before, but you bet I'll sanctify. I ain't got this close before, but you bet I'll sanctify. Why not just hear me out? Oh, if just this once, I don't care.
The last day was pretty laid back. It consisted of tossing bottle rockets off the porch, intense games of pool, very, very intense games of pool, and a great dinner with the whole crew.
Just a little. Is this good still?
West Virginia.
Yeah. That actually is highly effective. Oh, Dave picked.
You can float on the wind for so long.
And it was time for another round of goodbyes.
You got to come back down.
So sick, dude.
And when you do, I'll be hanging around. smells like smoke in here.
Peace out, man.
I didn't really know what to expect going into this trip, but it ended up being one of the funnest weeks of my life. Some great memories were made, new friendships were formed, and plenty of laughs were shared. As we begin to write this new chapter in life, it's experiences like these that'll stay with us forever. Until next time, stay young, stay wild, stay stoked.
You can float on the way so long. Someday, you've got to come back down. When you do, I'll be hanging around. You can float on the way so long. Someday, honey, you've got to come back down. For your brothers, 'cause Lord knows that they would. And be good to your mother. Oh, they did the best they could.